Morning, Professor. This is Group 4. Our topic today is 2G to 5G in China, the way from follower to leader. So firstly, we will introduce the relationship between wireless industry and economy. Then, from 1G to 5G, the evolution of wireless industry technology. Following is from 2G to 5G in China, and the challenges and opportunities we are facing. Finally, is our thinking and the solutions proposed. Part 1. Wireless industry and economy. So why we select this topic is because the wireless industry has a very close relationship with economy, especially in China and India. From below chart we can see there are 7 billion people living within mobile coverage. Among them, there are 5.2 billion mobile phone users. It means most of the economic activities are happen under wireless communication surroundings. The ICT sector not only directly generates huge GDP, but also boosts the development of modern industries. In the OECD countries, 经合组织, the average contribution on GDP is around 6%. And in developing countries, its contribution to GDP growth is higher than the developed countries. Let's see the wireless industry in US. Actually, the wireless industry contributes a lot to the US economy. It's contributing 475 billion in GDP and supporting 4.7 million jobs, generating 1T in economic output. The wireless industry have much stronger total employment multiplier effects than other industries like hardware manufacturing industry and full service restaurant industry. In US, each direct wireless job results in 7.7 total jobs. But in China, this chart tells us the GDP of ICT industry in China tend to occupy bigger portion in the total GDP, and it changes with different stage at different generation. But the total trend is increasing. So, what's the evolution from 1G to 5G? How China plays its role? So let's go to part 2, 1G to 5G, the evolution of wireless communication technology. The picture is interesting, right? It helps us to recall some superstars long time ago. From 1980s, we have the first generation, 大哥大, right? Then we have Nokia in 1990 and 2000. From 3G to 4G, our superstar iPhone began its play. Until now, not involve too much technical things. What we need to know is 1G and 0G is the analog cellular technology. Only from 2G we enter into the digital time. From 1G to 5G, each generation has its own characteristics. 1G is free call, means we can throw away the fixed line and call freely, move freely. And 2nd G, we enter into the digital time and we can send out the text freely. But the speed is not fast enough. From 3G, the speed improved a lot and we can access the internet freely. And from 4G, we have faster speed and we can have free media access. We can use a lot of apps like TikTok, like YouTube, like Facebook, like Instagram to share everything with our family and our friends. We are at the beginning stage of 5G. So what's the feature of 5G? I think most important point is free connection, 万物互联. It means different scenarios. It has more connection to other industries, like Industry 4.0. And we have a lot of applications to use 5G, like smart city and healthcare. So I will leave other chapters to my teammates to continue.
This era, China was a follower in mobile telecom because of the restriction in technology. The 2G era started from 1992 when GSM was introduced. As shown in the table, GSM is a 2G standard created in Europe for mobile networks. It occupied around 80 to 85% market share in the world. The other standard IS-95, which was developed by an American company, Qualcomm, occupied the remaining 10% to 15% market share. In terms of China's performance, in 1995, China Mobile started using GSM to build up 2G network with facilities provided by Ericsson. In 2001, China Unicom came to an agreement with Qualcomm about introducing CDMA in China. In the 3G era, China got breakthrough in standard making and showed up in the international stage. As shown in the table, China developed TD as CDMA, which was based on CDMA 1. This was one of the three 3G standards approved by International Telecommunication Union, and this is a milestone in Chinese telecom history because it was the first international standard that was mainly developed by China and recognized internationally. In this era, China caught up with America and Europe. As shown in the table, there were two modulation modes of OFDM at that time, and China focused on developing FDD, while Europe developed TDD. After that, China finally developed TD-LTE based on FDD technology, and it was the first 4G standard that was globally competitive and was completely led by China. As shown in the graph, China's market share rose from 9.5. In 5G era, China took the lead of telecom technology, and this graph shows the development timeline of China's 5G technology. There are three coding schemes in 5G era which can be applied in different occasions. And actually, the polar code developed by Huawei was selected to apply in control channel in EMBB occasion, while the remaining coding scheme, URLLC and MMTC, are still undetermined. Huawei is a leading company in the 5G era. It has been developing quickly. According to Global Times, until October 2019, the company has signed for more than 60 5G contracts worldwide, mostly in Europe. As we can see from the graph, Huawei, being the top player in the telecom infrastructure market from 2014 to 2018, still won customers by its low cost and good quality. And now let's move on to Tiffany for the future development of telecom technology in China.
Hello guys, this is Tiffany. In November 2019, Chinese has kicked off the research phase of the 6G, and it is expected to be introduced 10 years later. Although it is still a long way to go for the introduction of 6G, we foresee that there would be a more competitive race between China and the rest of the world. The following we will talk about the application of 5G in China. 5G has been launched in medical and healthcare industry. After the 5G hospital network standard released, a remote operation has been done in China. With only 1 millisecond of latency, the doctors in the more advanced hospital were able to provide instruction in real time over a 5G linked remote consultation system. Smart cities. The project includes but not limited to water and waste management, traffic monitoring, healthcare facility development. With the capacity of handling massive data load in 5G, Chinese government is now able to expand the smart city project to most of the second-tier and third-tier cities and connect them closer. Internet of Everything. In the era of 5G, it eliminated the deficiencies of old generations. It creates opportunities for different kind of users from customers to businesses. We take manufacturing industry as an example. 5G may reshape the supply chain process by implementing self-learning and automation. More importantly, such progress will ultimately benefit consumer through personalization, quality, and speed of delivery. The linearization process will evolve into a closed-loop process gradually, which resulting in a great value.
According to our research, there are 5 key risks and challenges that need to be addressed in order to realize the full potential of 5G. The first challenge is business case. The 5G business case is based on finding new models to roll out 5G cost effectively and identifying incremental revenue opportunities that can be served with 5G's superior capabilities. The challenge for the industry is to identify new services, new market segments, and the right business models to unlock the incremental 5G opportunity while optimizing cost of 5G network investment. The second challenge will be the spectrum availability. Spectrum will remain a critical but scarce resources in the 5G era. This applies to both the licensed and unlicensed bands that will play a key role in delivering the 5G era vision. 5G needs spectrum within 3 key frequency ranges to deliver widespread coverage and support all use cases. Less than 1 GHz, 1 to 6 GHz, and above 6 GHz. The availability of the spectrum at what frequency bands and at what cost will have a major impact on the business case of 5G. The third challenge will be technological improvement. Many of 5G's technological improvements will build on the ongoing evolution of 4G with technologies such as NFV, SDN, massive MIMO, and carrier aggregation. To ensure smooth migration to 5G, it requires much improved efficiency devices and network. The fourth challenge is fragmentation. An important lesson from earlier technology cycles is that the mobile industry is more successful when it avoids fragmentation in spectrum, technology, and operator services. For 5G, it is vital to ensure that fragmentation has been minimized and that operator services are included in the standards from the onset to achieve maximum scale benefit. The last challenge is regulation challenge. Given the heavy investment required to deliver 5G and provide reliable connectivity for all, it is important for policymakers to provide a transparent and predictable pro-investment and pro-innovation policy framework. Ultimately, the way 5G is developed, regulated, funded, and commercialized will determine the future of the mobile industry. Moreover, there are two extra challenges for China in 5G. The first one is the device technology challenge. China should have a budget for the investment to catch up the device technology gap. At least initially, 5G hardware will be more expensive than 4G. It will be important to have 5G ready equipment when there is a full-scale launch of the technology. Another extra challenge for China is the US political challenge. Technical standards for the next generation of wireless services aren't even finalized, yet the US and China are already locked into a crucial race to be the first country to deploy a so-called 5G network. US presents the concerns about China's lead in 5G as a national security issue. US saw Huawei's product's popularity as a big crisis. It labeled Huawei as the China government spy on US citizens, businesses, or political leaders. China's response to this political attack is crucial for the achievement of 5G.
Now let's move on to part 5, which is the thinking and solution section.
To better manage the challenge and utilize the opportunities, we propose several solutions as below. From political perspective, 5G and future technology must meet the requirements of China's national strategy, like Belt and Road Initiative. Also, to consolidate 5G construction together with the development of Islamic countries, to set up property-based 5G joint venture and share the profits. For Asian countries, to invest and set up local manufacturers, hire local employees to boost the GDP and the economy. Customize e-banking, e-payment solutions to our partners, raise greener funds for financial problems. As the development of 5G aims to keep up with the trend of Industry 4.0, China needs to prioritize the development of the variant elements in order to make the best use of the resources. We also suggest that the central government should take the initiative to deploy the technology locally through the means like 5G subsidy program. In the meantime, the government should roll out the support to local businesses and consumers to equip devices which are compatible to 5G network. We foresee that following the expansion of the 5G coverage in China, there will be huge economic benefits generated. This is the end of our presentations. Thank you.